My role is as the learning curator for the Samuel Morley programme. So as part of the funding application for the Heritage Lottery Fund, I was involved in working in consultation with the communities in St Anne's and Sneinton to develop the content to make sure that the programme was community-led and fed into Samuel Morley history and heritage. And all these activities were designed by the local community, so they came up with the ideas in response to the fact that he was a man ahead of his time and cared about working class people, was a big supporter of adult education, involved in the anti-slavery movement. People really responded to that, and the fact that he put so much into the local textile industry in Nottingham. So the learning programme involved 5 different projects. And the first one involved photography. That was aimed at adults, and it was called Finding Samuel Morley. And they worked with an artist called Kalina, who runs her own local community interest company called Human Camera, based in Sneinton. So basically the adults went out and photographed all the different historical sites related to Morley around the city. And they came up with some really incredible images, and they also set up their own Facebook page called Finding Samuel Morley, where they continued to research into the Morley story and got really into the background of Morley and posted all their artefacts, photographs, little nuggets of information they discovered. So that was really exciting and something really unexpected, that this group did their own research. So it was really fantastic to see, and that Facebook page is ongoing. And they had oral history training as well, so they could go out and interview people who had worked at the Morley factories, and all this material contributed to the Backlit's Morley Threads digital archive. So it was another way of continuing that legacy, so people felt that they were personally invested in the history of Morley. We had 3 other projects called Penny Sessions, which were inspired by Morley's Victorian penny lectures that he used to run out of the Old Vic Theatre in London. Those were the early kind of pioneering lectures of adult education, which later became the Morley College London, which is a big community college which is still going today. And we worked with a variety of groups on these penny sessions. So we worked with a fantastic knitting group that were based in St Anne's Valley Library. We worked with Framework, who work with vulnerable adults with mental health issues. They came to Backlit to take part in these sessions. We also worked with Women's Integrated Services, which is a women's refuge based in the city. So we had a group of women and some children who came to Backlit to take part in these sessions that were led by an artist called Fiona Richards. So it's a really great, creative and different route into find out about the history of Morley and his legacy through these craft-based, textile-based writing and poetry sessions with those 3 groups. The final project that we did as part of the Morley Learning was a Morley-inspired fashion project and show on the Chase in St Anne's, and we worked with local resident Ivy Kenton, who's got her own social enterprise, and it's called Urban Fashion Hub. We ran the fashion project in the back room of her shop, and it was an opportunity for young people to come and get all these different textile-based techniques, all inspired by Morley. And it's also an opportunity for young people to find out about the history and heritage of Samuel Morley in a really kind of current and creative way. At the end of the project, it was really great to have this fashion show on the Chase, just outside the shop, so local people could come and have a look at what people have been doing. And we had a really great fashion shoot. From all the projects, we had this really amazing legacy in terms of the direction of the learning programme, and my kind of vision for it was that history and heritage would become something, you know, that's relevant to people, and it gets into the hands of people instead of it being hidden away in an archive. So that's been a really great and positive kind of legacy of the Samuel Morley learning programme. When we received the feedback forms back from participants and the community ambassadors, I was really moved by some of the comments that people had said, that it had, this project had changed their life, it brought them out of isolation, they'd been able to work with and meet with a whole group of new people, they'd made friends and they'd connected with the community. And for them, it's going to be like an ongoing process that they're involved in the community, involved in this legacy, and they're all so kind of enthusiastic and still fired up about the project. And that's really, really inspiring for me. And it's just such a great sign that the project has been successful if it has really moved and touched people and they have that passion and enthusiasm about history, heritage and creativity. I feel like my job is done and that everybody's happy and fulfilled about the project. So it's just been an amazing journey and an amazing project, working with all these fantastic people.